Hello, this is Siobhan again with another investor tip for new investors and seasoned investors. Today I want to talk about loaning money. The first thing is if you're going to loan someone money, and we've already talked about this, is always get a promissory note. It doesn't matter if it's a friend of yours, it doesn't matter if it's a family member, always get a promissory note that describes exactly what you've loaned them, the terms and agreements, and when they promise to pay you back. The other thing that you want to do is if you happen to lend money as your business, as on a professional level, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have an asset or a collateral that you can fall back on. God forbid the person does not pay you back the loan. So as an example, let's say a person borrowed, I don't know, $50,000 from you. Again, you get your promissory note. And you want to have some kind of a collateral, and this will say that in the promissory note that if they don't pay you back that money within a certain time frame with a certain level of interest, so on and so forth, that if that doesn't take place, then you are entitled to this collateral. And of course, you want to have an attorney draw up the agreement and specify all of the details, very clearly outlined. But you want to have that collateral in place such that if they don't pay you back that money, then you are entitled and you will become owner of that asset, otherwise known as the collateral. With regard to the asset, the collateral, you want to make sure that it's in their name. So you want to make sure that it's not in an LLC, because what can happen is if it's a home, a home is a collateral. And let's say, for example, it's in an LLC and they decide they don't want to pay you back or they can't pay you back and they don't want you to take their home. What they can do is they can just dissolve that LLC. They can get rid of the LLC and then they don't owe you anything. So you want to make sure it's a personal guarantee and you want to make sure that it's in that individual's name. And of course, you want to make sure you check this out before you hand over the money, because you want to make sure that that person really does own that home or that car or whatever the case may be. And the third thing that you want to do is if this collateral happens to be a house, you want to make sure that you are in a first lien position. What that means is if this person doesn't pay you back, and you bring the foreclosure process on this person, that you will be the first person to be paid when this property is, let's say, sold at a sale. Okay, if you happen to be in a second or a third lien position, what that means is the first lien holder will get paid first, then the second lien holder, then the third lien holder. If the second and third lien holder are lucky enough with anything left over, it may all go to the first lien holder. So you want to make sure of three very important things. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is I have made some of these mistakes, and believe me, they've cost me a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of heartache. So I hope there's someone out there, if you are going to do this, that you will take my advice. Believe me, it will save you a lot of time and a lot of money. So you want to make sure of three things if you're going to loan money. The first thing is you want to ensure that you have the appropriate paperwork, which is a promissory note. And of course, you want to have an attorney draw that up. You want to make sure that you are legally protected and everything is outlined very clearly in there. The second thing you want is you want to have a collateral, an asset that you will take over if that person does not pay you back the money. You want to ensure that that asset is in that person's name. It's not in an LLC and it doesn't belong to their cousin or their mother or whomever. And the third thing you want to make sure is if it is a piece of real estate, a property, you want to make sure that you are in a first lien position. That's really, really important because, again, you want to be one of the first people that will get paid should you have to take over this property. I wish you the best of luck. If you are thinking about doing this, you definitely can make money in this sort of a transaction, but you want to make sure you protect your downside. Always protect your downside. So good luck to those of you out there that are following this type of strategy. It definitely can work if you protect yourself. So best of luck. Three things again: promissory note, make sure it's in the individual's name, and the third thing is make sure you're in a first lien position. So best of luck. Take care.